Hi, in this video, I'll be giving a demo of the Axie Field Service mobile app, our offline first, no-code mobile app powered by Salesforce Field Service. As a Salesforce partner of many years, Axie's primary focus is to bring our mobile expertise, and specifically our expertise with offline first mobile, to the Salesforce ecosystem. Indeed, over the years, we have launched 3 separate mobile apps, each targeting specific industries and verticals. In addition to our Field Service mobile app, which is the topic of this video, we also offer the Axie Retail Execution mobile app and the Axie Public Sector mobile app. We also have Axie SmartForms, a fourth mobile solution we provide that works across all 3 of our mobile apps for providing guided and dynamic experiences to field workers. The demo you will see shortly is run on an iPad, but the Axie mobile app is built on a cross-platform technology called React Native, and so it works equally well on an iPhone, on Android phones and tablets, and on Windows 10 devices such as laptops, tablets, and hybrids. Now, as I launch the Axie Field Service mobile app, I am first brought to a login screen where I can enter my Salesforce user credentials. The Axie mobile app communicates directly with the Salesforce platform over standard Salesforce REST APIs. There is no server or middleware sitting between the mobile app and Salesforce. Once Salesforce authenticates my user credentials, the Axie Field Service mobile app begins an initial sync. This initial sync is one of the key components that make the Axie mobile app offline first. During this initial sync, the app downloads and stores in an encrypted local app database all the Salesforce Field Service data and metadata that the field engineer needs to do their job. To be clear, the Axie Field Service mobile app does not rely on caching, as using a cache is time and size limited and requires seeing a record first for it to be cached. Instead, the Axie mobile app surfaces to the user the data that has already been proactively downloaded during this initial sync, and this is what allows field engineers to continue on with their work, even in situations of poor connectivity. With login and initial sync complete, the field engineer is brought to their list of appointments. The Axie mobile app is powered by Salesforce Field Service standard objects. So what you see here is driven by standard service appointments, work order line items, and so on. What this means is that getting started with the Axie Field Service mobile app requires virtually no additional setup that needs to be done for Salesforce Field Service already. And, in addition to using the same data model, the Axie Field Service mobile app also supports Salesforce's existing no-code customization tools. So any page layouts, quick actions, validation rules, or mobile flows work seamlessly in the Axie app, including while offline. As an example, any custom fields added to the work order objects page layout, or any custom objects added to the page layout as a related list, will automatically be picked up by the Axie app as part of its initial sync. Speaking of working offline, let me actually simulate this by putting my device into airplane mode. As you can see by the top banner, the app automatically detects that I'm offline. Despite this, because of the data and metadata that was proactively downloaded during initial sync, I'm still able to navigate around the app and view records, edit records, or run quick actions and flows. This brings me to another aspect of the Axie mobile app which allows it to be offline first, and that is the app's pending queue. All changes made by a user pass through this pending queue. When the user is online, these changes enter the pending queue and then exit immediately, effectively updating the Salesforce platform in real time. However, when the app detects that it is offline, changes are instead held in this pending queue. Then, when the app regains connectivity, it will detect this and automatically empty the queue and sync the pending changes up to Salesforce. This behavior is handled automatically by the Axie app on behalf of the user as they transition between moments of connectivity and moments of being offline. So there is no need for the user to worry about taking care of this manually. Another important component of Axie being offline first is our flexible sync configuration. Different companies, and even different users within a single company, can have different needs when it comes to working offline. To address this, Axie provides a tool for back office administrators that allows them to easily define what data is included in the app's initial sync and therefore available while offline. With this config tool, Administrators can configure the exact queries and conditions to be used to filter what records are in scope for sync. They can also set how often the app should pull for updates on a per object basis. So, for example, the app can check for new service appointments every 15 minutes, while the product catalog, which may not change as often, could be pulled only every 12 hours for updates. With the Axie Config tool, administrators can even set the depth of data and related records that should be included in the app's sync scope. This is done by building out the desired object tree within the config tool. The available object tree is determined dynamically, so both standard objects, as well as any custom objects defined in the org, are available. All of the above configuration can be defined on a per profile or even per user basis. This gives true flexible control over what data and how much data is synced to the Axie Field Service mobile app for offline access based on each user's specific needs. In addition to offline first capabilities, the Axie Field Service mobile app is also highly extensible. On top of supporting Salesforce's own no-code customization tools, Axie has its own suite of tools that allow for customizing the Axie app. One such tool is Axie Smart Forms. Axie Smart Forms provide guided experiences to field engineers through dynamic forms that can include skip logic and can adapt as the user answers the form. Axie Smart Forms are created using our drag and drop what you see is what you get designer. Smart Forms are divided into separate pages or sections, and each section presents the list of questions available to the mobile user. Adding a new question is as simple as dragging it into the page and giving it a name and label. Questions can then be given validation rules and visibility rules, both of which evaluate even while offline. It can even be mapped to specific object fields within Salesforce, allowing for questions to be pre-filled based on existing Salesforce data and to have any provided answers update the map field. When I run a smart form in the Axie Field Service mobile app, you can see its dynamic behavior in action. Questions are displayed or hidden as I provide answers. If I open the table of contents, you can see entire sections can be skipped over based on my answers. If I go back and change the previous answer, the smart form can then take me down a different path. Once I'm done with the smart form, I'm presented with a summary, which allows me to review my answers and return to any that may need fixing. On completion, the smart form response is sent up to the Salesforce platform where the back office have access to a viewer where they can review the answers provided by the field engineer and follow up accordingly, either through manual action or through any automated processes that have been set up in the org. Another customization option we provide is Axie Plugins. Axie Plugins is a mechanism that allows for deploying custom UI and business logic to the Axie mobile app. Plugins, which are developed in React Native, are easily rolled out to mobile users, as they are deployed through the Salesforce platform with just a few clicks, and then picked up by the Axie mobile app during initial sync. In other words, deploying an Axie plugin is something in the control of the back office. There's no need to rely on the field engineers themselves to update the app via the App Store, Google Play, or the Windows Store. In this example, I've deployed an Axie plugin which adds a new tab to the work order record screen. But this is just one example. A plugin can also add a top-level menu item to the mobile app. It can include a full-screen UI, its own custom business logic. It can even include a Salesforce Lightning Web Component. If a custom experience cannot be deployed via Salesforce's own no-code tools or through Axie Smart Forms, it can most likely be achieved through an Axie plugin. So that was everything I wanted to demo for you. For more information, please visit our website at axie.com, or you can reach us via email at contactus@axie.com. Avoid any technology debt with the Axie Field Service mobile app, the best-in-class, offline-first, no-code mobile app powered by Salesforce Field Service.